بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
The fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made us human is a blessing. The fact that we are Muslims, we are ummatis of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a blessing, a countless blessing we can't thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enough for. The fact that we have mom and dad, those who have parents alive, is a blessing. For the youngsters, if we have parents alive, it's a blessing. There are many of children out in this day and age, in various, you don't need to go to different countries. In this country we live in, there are kids that yearn for a mother's hug. There are kids that yearn for a father's love. There are kids that stay up all night awake, crying, that if only my mom was alive to put me to bed. If only my mom was here to look after me because I'm poorly. There are kids that don't have any decent clothing or food, and they yearn for a father. That if only my father was here to bring me good clothes to wear, or decent food to eat, or if other people say things or hurt him or her, a child runs first sign of protection is father and a mother. Yet we take so lightly to that. The fact Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us so much time. We say, oh, there's not enough time. There's plenty of time. There's 24 hours in a day. If we can work 7-8 hours and spend the next 7-8 hours watching TV, movies, music, that's our fault for wasting that time. If we go to school and come back, or we are tired, we're going to be sitting on tablet or watching YouTube videos and whatever else, and doing nothing productive. If you're doing something productive, like if you're learning about deen, if you're learning about the subject you're studying, or something that is going to help you develop, that's utilizing time. That's a blessing. But if you're just watching stuff that is of no use, and you're sitting there, sometimes if you notice, if you have a tablet and you're watching a certain program, it's not going to benefit you, but you just sit there, watch it, and by the time you finish watching it, you realize 2 hours, 3 hours have gone, and you've done nothing. You're sitting there, you did nothing apart from just staring at a screen, other people performing something or doing something which was of no benefit to you, and that was it. So time is a blessing, and we waste it as if we waste water. Because especially when you do wudu as well, we leave the tap on and you're doing kulli and you're going all that stuff, and the water is just flowing away. Same way we're wasting time. We're not utilizing it. If it's a weekend, we have this trend within our culture that weekend aati to koi nahi kha raha, 12 baje ramana utho. So from Fajr till 2 o'clock, there's a decent amount of hours that have been wasted. It's a different matter if you're working night shift. Obviously you need sleep if you're going to work again in the evening. But for a normal working hour person or children or teenagers, there's no excuse to waste the hours. You could be doing hifz. You could be trying to, taking steps to memorize Quran. You could be sitting there learning the meaning of Salah or reading anything productive. When we have exams or we have a theory test to pass or anything like that, we'll do all-nighters, and then we'll have 3 hours sleep and then we'll wake up again. When we passed degree, that's what happened when we had exams and stuff like that, or we had to hand in an assignment. We'll be sitting in the library doing all-nighters, then go home, sleep for 3 hours, and back in the uni again. And that was it. You knew your focus was, okay, I need to get this piece of work done, and it needs to be of a certain standard, and needs to be submitted in a certain time. If I don't do it, I'll get marks deducted, and things so on and so forth. Why are we so, lazy in missing out on the blessings of pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and pleasing Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? These are our things, attractions which are of no use to us, because dil belly jasi, our heart will feel a bit calm, or it's a bit of a relaxation. If you ever notice, if you watch something, whether it's on TV or tablet, something like that, After a few hours, instead of being more relaxed, you're more tired. You're more fatigued. I don't know if you noticed, but I've definitely noticed it. Going through the routine and realize, hang on a minute, I'm just wasting time. I've wasted 3 hours, 2 hours, and I'm more tired than I was actually after doing work. I could have used that productive time. Kids go to school. Oh, we had a hard day at school. No, you didn't. You messed about, you shouted, you got C4s and C1s and C2s and whatever else, and you caused a rucksack in school and messing about with teachers and with everybody else. Come home, you're tired. Why? Because you spent time playing, not concentrating. Not everybody does it, but majority of the time you end up doing it. There's nothing wrong with having a bit of fun, but come home, you're tired. And then what do? Nothing. But those kids that go to learning different things or go to madrasa or something like that, they have a routine, so that excuse doesn't work. But it's a blessing. If parents are encouraging you to learn deen, it's a blessing. Because the parents care for you, that's why. They want you to improve on whatever they have achieved. They just want you to have that and get better. In business world, or in a normal materialism aspect of things, if a father has one house, he would want his son to have a house and more. If father has a car, he would want his son to have a car and more. If a father can do with a cheaper car, he don't mind, but he'll make sure his son gets a better car. If a father can, live with a less or no branded t-shirts and jeans and tops, but if he can save some money and give his son a branded clothing, a father does that. Nobody else does that. Nobody else. No uncles, no aunties, no strangers, no neighbors, no friends. That's a father's job, and he does that. Same is the case with the mother. When she's looking after her daughters, she'll wear the less of clothes, but she'll make sure her daughter gets the best of everything. She'll save up to buy something for her daughter or for her son. They are biggest blessings for us. There are so many blessings. The fact that we have hair on our head, the fact that we have fingers that we can move, the fact that we have lips, the tongue. There are people who would wish to get out of bed, to just take one step without anybody else holding them. There are people who wish to eat without anybody else helping them. There are people who wish to do things without, depending on other individual. Because self-esteem, I say confidence and everything else, that's a part of our nature. And if you have to depend on other people, you feel like you are less capable. It's not you're less capable, it's just because Allah's put you through a test. For you and the person who is caring for you, whether it's a family member or anything like that. But the day and age we live in, after a certain time, even the family members get tired of it. I'm stuck with it. Let's get a carer, let's get this, so I can go and enjoy myself. Not everybody's like that, but the way the things are moving is coming to that. So there are numerous blessings in our lives. If you're married, if you have a good partner, if she's on deen or she's encouraging you to get on deen, that's a blessing. That's our biggest blessing. In this day and age, partners are looking for other things. Either husbands are not content or wives are not content. Husbands are looking for excuse to do the least amount of things, or it's the other way around. You have this phenomenon, kid, attain knowledge, seek knowledge, get knowledge. And it's a brilliant thing to get knowledge. But what good is that knowledge if you don't use it? What good is that you have retained information in your head, but it hasn't sunk in your heart? What good is that, me and you know that when you say salah, you're the closest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but we never feel the experience. We never experience that feeling. We never get that closeness. We never get that taste. Me and you know the saying that when you read Quran, your heart melts and the tears start flowing. Me and you read it, nothing happens.